Is the 25th anniversary of All My Children, my favorite show. So come on, let's go visit our many friends and a couple of enemies in Pine Valley, USA.
Nothing I saw can compare with what's back here in Pine Valley.
Is Pine Valley so different from any place else?
Pine Valley isn't exactly the corner of Hollywood and Vine.
My family, the Englishes, were the first inhabitants of Pine Valley.
In fact, they were in the valley before even the pines.
I'm sick and tired of everyone in Pine Valley trying to interfere in my life.
My wife.
What are you doing here?
And my brother.
You're not my brother anymore. What the hell kind of a way is that to talk to your little brother?
You have got to let go of your son. You've got to let him live the life that he's chosen to live.
She was just 4 years old when I left.
Vina!
What have you done with my daughter?
Nothing she didn't enjoy, Dad.
What am I gonna do with you?
Anything you want?
I want this to be special, the way it's supposed to be.
Most of the people in this world are barracudas, Jenny, and 90% of those are women.
It's for you.
Oh.
The world's a beautiful place.
I think we need something to change the mood.
Oh, God, please help me.
Pine Valley is very provincial. Nothing ever happens there.
Actually, an awful lot has happened here in the past 25 years. Now, this is ABC Studio 23 in New York City, the real Pine Valley and the home of All My Children. The show was created by Agnes Nixon and premiered in January 1970. It ushered in the modern era of daytime drama. It was a whole new world. Young people in love, provocative social themes, and a community of characters as rich and colorful as life itself. Now, in addition to regular viewers, it brought an entirely new crowd to daytime. College students, stockbrokers, working women, pro football players, and me.
All My Children's 25th Anniversary Special, featuring special guests Julia Barr, Peter Bergman, David Canary, Keith Hamilton Cobb, Kim Delaney, Barry Fickett, Michael E. Knight, Lawrence Law, Susan Lucci, Ray McDonald, Taylor Miller, James Mitchell, Debbie Morgan, Sidney Penny, Ruth Warwick, Darnell Williams, and the show's creator, Agnes Nixon, and many more surprises. Tonight's special is hosted by Carol Burnett.
The All My Children 25th Anniversary Special, brought to you by General Foods International Coffees, a new Dow Smart Scrub Cleanser with baking soda, smart enough to clean up after itself.
People, they climb in with cold feet, then sing.
Oh, I hear you, but I got men leaving toothpaste all over me.
And then they use soft scrub. I mean, it cleans up one mess, but can leave another.
Oh, gritty residue.
Takes so long to rinse away. They gotta try new Dow Smart Scrub. Smart Scrub has 100% water-soluble baking soda, so it cleans as well without the gritty residue.
Smart.
Dow Smart Scrub Cleanser with baking soda.
Smart enough to clean up after itself.
Will you guys wait for me? Never wait.
It's a mocha.
Look, girls, we're about to celebrate a moment.
Oh, I really want to.
I can't. I have to fit into my bathing suit. You're not having any?
No. I know I'm not
serious.
doing this.
No, I'm serious.
Fat on her.
She's worried about 60 calories. 60 calories? You guys knew there were 60 calories in here and you didn't tell me? Celebrate the moment. What else haven't you guys told me?
Monday, Richard Thomas and Tess Harper star in a world premiere motion picture.
Did you kill your wife? What are you talking about?
Based on the shocking true story of a man accused of murdering his own wife.
It's all gonna be all right.
Death in Small Doses, Monday here on ABC.
I love All My Children. I started watching it in the summer of 1975. My kids would disappear at noon every day, and so I decided I would tag along and see what they were up to. And what they were up to was a television set. They were watching All My Children. Well, I got hooked on a couple of episodes, and that was that. I wanted to move to Pine Valley. I wanted to play someone glamorous, luring, a femme fatale. Well, they wrote something for me. They came up with good old Verla Grubbs, whose mother was a snake charmer and whose father was a con man. But I have a lot of fun playing Verla, and one of my very favorite moments was when I was surprised by an old buddy.
Verla Grubbs, I knew your mother.
Oh, well, that's right. My goodness, well, nice to see you again.
Lovely to see you. Oh, I see my table's ready now. Who's that?
I never saw her before in my life. I think that woman's pilot light is out. I'm sitting here with the woman who created the character, Verla Grubbs. Agnes Nixon is the multi-award-winning writer and creator, not only of All My Children, but of many, many other daytime dramas. One of the major themes in the show that has always worked is, of course, young love. Tell us about your first young lovers, Philip and Tara. Yeah.
Well, they were just high school kids in love. You know, I think they were every kid. And I think that's why people related to them. And young and innocent and no pretensions. And of course it was the Vietnam War, and Philip had to go to war. And so they were victims of the times, and their romance and love was victim of the time.
Until you walked into assembly that first day of school last September.
Hey, you know, we met before that. Oh, come on, you remember.
I remember, but my mind was on football practice we had that day. But it was when you walked into assembly that I realized, hey, we've got homework to get finished.
Right.
As we began working together, playing boyfriend-girlfriend and reading poetry and singing songs to each other and all this stuff and getting involved in one scenario after another, to tell you the truth, I developed a really bad crush on her. I mean, I was kind of in love with Karen Gorney on the show, you know?
But I've really considered it to be a friendship and loved him, you know, like family, kind of, you know? I'd say a crush is like an understatement. I mean, it was a big deal. We were very close. We were comrades creating this very beautiful story, you know.
Phil and Tara were the first of many young lovers on All My Children, and they were soon followed by the very romantic Cliff and Nina, played by Peter Bergman and Taylor Miller. Tell me, how would you describe the relationship between Cliff and Nina?
It was fresh. You know, Nina had never had any friends her own age, and then Cliff came along, and it was lovers that were just meant to be.
Early on, it was pure love, your first love, wonderful. And wonderful to play.
It was wonderful.
And by the fourth wedding...
Weren't you in black for that one?
No, that was the second
Oh, was that the second wedding?
I was in black for the second wedding.
How'd you first meet?
I did her appendectomy.
Yes.
And in a beautiful appendix it was. Yes, exactly right.
You're so romantic.
Now, Miss...
Portland. Nina.
Hi. I'm Dr. Warner.
How do you do?
More important right now, how are you doing?
Not so well, I'm afraid.
If thou must love me, let it be for naught except for love's sake only. Do not say,
I love her for her smile.
I happen to know Dr. Warner drove you home. If he can make you lie to me, I don't think you should see him again.
Nina's powerful father, Palmer Cortland, did everything he could to keep them apart, but their love triumphed.
How you can ruin his entire life by...
Devilish Palmer even tried to convince Nina that she was going blind.
But he loves me. And other men have married blind women. It's not the end of the world, not if you love somebody.
That's something entirely different.
Cliff is all I ever want.
Fortunately, his ploy failed, and their storybook romance captivated America.
You were the most wonderful, beautiful, perfect man in the whole world.
You go much too far, Mrs. Warner.
You don't know the half of it, Dr. Warner.
This is a document that I've had my attorney draw up, allowing Nina to go to Haiti and get a very quick and legal divorce from you, Dr. Warner. So if you will just sign it,
No way, Mr. Cortland.
After Nina and Cliff, one of all my children's most popular couples was the innocent Jenny and Greg, played by Kim Delaney and Larry Law. What was it, do you think, about Jenny and Greg's story that captured the hearts of America, that got us all so hooked?
We were young and innocent, and it was the high school kind of storyline that was happening at the time.
It was a very classic star-crossed lover theme, that we had two kids that were madly in love with each other, sincerely, genuinely in love with each other, and
Nobody wanted them to be together.
Right, there were all these obstacles that came in their way. One was from the, the upper middle class, the proper side of the tracks, and one was from the wrong side of the tracks, and there were all kinds of people and things that got in their way and prevented them from joining when it was obvious they were meant for each other.
Did you see how different we are? Your family, your house, everything.
It's like I said before. We may not come from the same backgrounds, but we share important things. I knew right from the beginning that you were special. I've never felt this way about any other girl before.
Into this holy estate, these two persons present come now to be joined.
Jenny!
Look at me!
Jenny, what are you doing? Jenny, I gotta talk to you, Jenny. Come here. Berkeley, I have waited too long for this. Are you? Come with me. Come with me. Come here. Come here.
The letter that you wrote me, telling me how you feel, Jenny, I didn't get that letter until today.
What?
Jenny, look at me. Now that I've read the letter, and now that I know how you feel, you have to know that I feel exactly the same way. I never stopped loving you. This makes it official.
Oh, Greg.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will marry you.
Oh, Jenny. Oh,
Look at that! Yeah!
Greg and Jenny's happiness was short-lived when her jealous ex-lover plotted revenge against Greg. But a cruel twist of fate made Jenny the victim.
I love you. Jenny. Leave me.
time to go. Don't leave me, Jenny. Don't leave me. Please.
I'll always be with you. Greg.
In the early 1980s, All My Children broke new ground with Angie and Jesse, played by Debbie Morgan and Darnell Williams.
Hi,
What is
Carol.
it that you think made Jesse and Angie's relationship so special?
I tried to be nice and polite. I came from this nice family.
We had
and
the flip version of Jenny and Greg.
Oh, Jenny and Greg, right.
I remember he kept trying to get me in the sack. And I was like so in love with him, I would have done anything, but I just could not go through with that without us being married. I remember one letter I got from a 15-year-old who was dating this guy who was maybe about 2 years older than she was, and was really pressing her into sleeping with him. And she was, about to lose her virginity and was really torn because it was like her first love, and we all know how that first love of your life is. And by her watching the show and looking at the way Angie dealt with that situation, she wrote me and she said, I'm just going to pull back from this. I really love him, but I just feel if he really loves me, he's not going to pressure me into doing this. Jesse!
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Why are you so upset? Huh? Oh, look, listen, baby, listen, okay? You ain't got to do nothing that you ain't ready to do, okay?
Jesse, I can't help it. This is so important to me. I just can't go through with it until I'm married. Please, Jesse, say you understand.
Hey, baby, I'm committed. Girl, I love you so much, I don't know what to do. Don't you know that? Yes. And you know that I want to spend the rest of my life with you?
You do?
Yeah. So listen, why don't we just go ahead and get married?
I also have to mention I'm getting ready to have this great guy back with me again.
Yeah?
And I'm so excited. Yeah, he's going to be coming on to Loving with me.
Wonderful. All My Children has romanced us with a long line of dynamic young couples. Now, one of today's most intriguing duos is Julia and Noah, played by Sidney Penny and Keith Hamilton Cobb.
If I hadn't set myself up like some low-rent whore.
It wasn't you, or the dress, or nothing else. I don't care if you parade around wearing nothing but a smile. You told Louis no.
I teased him.
Darling. He wanted something. He wanted this sweet thing he couldn't finesse or buy, so he took it. It ain't no kind of your fault.
How many times are you gonna save me, Noah?
How many times you need to be saved? You know, what he feels for her is genuine, and vice versa, and that can go anywhere.
There's such a
They'll
great
follow each other around the world.
basis of friendship and trust that these characters have had a chance to establish, so that no matter where they go, that's always something that they can come back to, whether it turns into a great, wonderful romance, or if that just stays and they just continue to depend on each other as the friends that they've become.
A celebrity snapshot from All My Children.
Yeah, but you've always been my doctor, and I like you better than anybody else around here. I mean, couldn't you just keep me on, please?
Buddy, listen, there's nothing I'd like better. Only right now, I'm kind of on leave from the hospital.
I'd still feel safer with you.
We'll be right back with Susan Lucci, Pine Valley's Erica Kane.
Centrum? I just feel better knowing I'm taking it.
Centrum's complete. Every time a vitamin makes news, I check my Centrum label, and Centrum's got it.
It's Centrum's commitment to ongoing research that ensures you always get the best nutritional support. A more advanced multivitamin. Centrum, always more complete than any leading brand.
The Centrum people thought of everything.
Like they say, from A to zinc.
Centrum makes a science of being more complete.
That must be my new friends I invited over for cookies.
Now America's favorite ready-to-bake cookies are filled with America's favorite chocolate candy. New Pillsbury cookies with M&M's mini baking bits.
Invite us over sometime.
Will you guys wait for me? You never wait.
mocha.
Look, girls, we're about to celebrate a moment.
Oh, I really want to. I can't. I have to fit into my bathing suit.
You're not having any?
No.
I know I'm not
serious.
doing this.
No, I'm serious.
Fat on her. She's worried about 60 calories.
60 calories? You guys knew there were 60 calories in here and you didn't tell me? What else haven't you guys told me?
Is she calling my douche outdated? Face it, it's an antique.
We told you.
Massengill just came out with a brand new cleansing design.
So?
Oh, they did a whole new thing with the nozzle.
It cleanses differently. It's gentler.
I used it after my period.
That's the test. And?
Massengill's new design washes you so clean.
You feel a lot fresher. Fresher? I love it already.
What do you suppose the guys are talking about right now?
Oh, nothing personal, I'm sure.
New Massengill, because it's your body, that's why.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Would your customers be interested in salon quality products at a fraction of the price?
I don't think so.
Salon style. Not available at salons anywhere.
Monday, the question every man fears.
How do we feel about our sex lives?
An all-new coach with the shocking S word.
Stagnating.
Stagnating?
Not in a bad way.
Stagnating means rotten and smelling.
Then, Corbin Burnson's a ladies' man.
Don't touch that!
He's a real smooth operator. It's an whole new ballgame after Coach. Monday, here on ABC.
Tuesday.
We voted you out of the band. We got a big gig next weekend.
Jesse goes solo.
Your club is going to be the first to have Jesse Katsopoulos alone and unplugged. I hate it too.
It's Full House, followed by Me and the Boys, Tuesday on ABC.
This is Linden Parlor, Erica Kane's home. Erica Kane. How can I describe Erica? Well, beautiful, yes, certainly, of course. Impulsive, often conniving, especially when it comes to men, but also a loving daughter and mother. In a word, she's complicated, but never boring. And for all these reasons, Erica Kane, played since the first day of the show by Susan Lucci, is now someone everyone in America knows. She's a household name. Of course, that was her plan all along.
When I decide on a man, he's going to have success written all over him before our marriage even starts. And when he makes it, I'm going to be just what he bargained for.
You know, Erica, if you are so worried about your reputation, may I strongly suggest to you that you live your life a great deal more discreetly than you have in the past.
Don't you worry, Madame Pompadour. I will.
Yeah, that's better.
You awful.
Yeah, but you love it, don't you?
You're every man's fantasy of a woman.
Don't bat those gorgeous eyes at me. You're about as innocent as Cleopatra.
Do you think we're going to get a secret marriage this side of Timbuktu?
You're right. Everybody knows Erica Kane.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to wait just a little while longer for me to have the precious right of being Mrs. Jeremy Hunter. The thing is, I thought you were supposed to have a honeymoon after the wedding ceremony.
Well, you are, but we've never really done anything the old-fashioned way.
I do not need a man to be happy.
You certainly married enough of them.
I, Erica, take you, Tom, to be my husband.
To live together in the holy estate of matrimony?
I do.
And you may kiss the bride.
It was only a kiss.
A rather unexpected kiss.
No, actually, it was quite predictable. Every man who spends time with me tries to kiss me sooner or later, usually sooner.
It had no significance.
No, none whatsoever.
Everybody talks about Erica's marriages and her love lives and, you know, all of that. What do you think really motivates her?
A search to love and be loved. I think it drives a lot of people, and I think definitely it drives Erica Kane. I think at the core of Erica, she doesn't feel lovable. She's not sure anybody could ever really love her. Hard for her to trust that somebody does. It all goes back to that terrible father-daughter relationship that she had. Erica is bad girl in town, but naughty girl in town, and underneath there's a lot of vulnerability, and that is this drive to be loved and to feel lovable.
What's the most fun that you've had on the show?
I love all the very active things. I have loved the modeling. That's been so much fun for me. What is going on inside me? I present a gorgeous, alluring, love goddess image to my public. Of course, I've reached the pinnacle of success as a high fashion model, and now I have this whole new career opening up for me.
I mean, the character Erica has changed over the years. How do you feel about that? How do you feel that she has changed?
Since the birth of Bianca, there's been a tremendous softening in Erica. She knows now that she is not the only human being on the face of the earth. She is not the center of the universe, because she knows she would lay down her life for Bianca.
Once in my life, someone else's happiness is much more important than mine. Her life is so much more important than mine. Please, God, please. There is nothing that I wouldn't give up for her, nothing. If you think I have too much, please, just take it all back. Take it all back. Everything that I thought was so important. Everything, please. My looks, my career, my work, my fame. Me. Oh, God, yes, please let it be me. Please take me. Don't take the baby. Please don't take the baby.
Like any town, the roots of Pine Valley are in the families. The Tylers, the Cortlands, the Chandlers, oh, and of course the Martins. Dr. Joe Martin and his wife, Ruth. Well, they've been pillars of this community since the very beginning, and they're still here today. Remember Tara and Phil, the first young lovers? Well, Tara's a Martin, oh, and so's Tad, whom we'll meet in a minute. But first, here are their folks, Joe and Ruth, in a scene with the much-beloved Grandma Kate.
Well, now, as the oldest member of this illustrious family, I have a few words to say.
All right, go to it, brother. Right here by the place of honor.
I just want to say we're so happy and so lucky to all be here together. Like Tiny Tim said, God bless us, everyone.
It was pretty common years ago. We have the grandmother, grandfather, sometimes even an uncle or an aunt, and then the father and mother, and then the children. And the idea of continuity.
But I mean, the fact that you do see people get older. You do see people
having...
you do
Not
see...
you, Jamie.
You do see people having babies, and you see those babies grow up. And, you know, the generations, the continuity of life, I think, is very important.
But the Martins, they've always had little bit of problems with the Tylers. So I'd just like to know, what do the Martins really think now of Phoebe?
Phoebe, of course, is always charging and bull, or the, whatever, bull in a china shop, but she did the same thing.
Phoebe! What an unpleasant surprise.
Oh, you little sneak! You stabbed me in the back with your Swedish meatballs.
The fact remains I caught them red-handed. In flagrante delicto.
In the what?
You know very well in what, Benjamin. I don't have to spell it out to you. That tacky little frump and my husband. Ah.
Oh, Phoebe, why must you tear my heart out?
I would be pleased to do that if only you had one.
When Phoebe first began, when your character first began, she was just full of mischief and a lot of trouble. Was that in there, or did you help bring that out in the character?
Well, what I learned, Carol, was that you can never put your own self into a character. If you're going to play a character, play what the author wrote. Sure, you can add embellishments, but don't ever try to fudge it. You see, we all want to be liked, and I thought they'll never like her if she's that old, old curmudgeon, which she was for a while. People loved it. They loved to see somebody get out there and, maneuver people and manipulate people and tell people off, and they like it because they don't dare do it themselves.
I always loved it when you would come on because I knew there was going to be trouble.
Exactly. Is Phoebe on? What's she doing?
Now, my dear, tell me, how much would it cost to uproot you from Chuck's life forever?
You are one hell of a dame, Phoebe.
Thank you.
And just as Phoebe lorded over the Tyler clan, Palmer Cortlandt, as played by James Mitchell, controlled his prominent family. You had an awful lot of interesting relationships in this show, but one of my favorites is the relationship between you and Daisy.
Daisy was one who just wouldn't stand for Palmer's antics, not for a second, not for a second. And I was always very attracted to her, and she was always just ahead of me, going somewhere, and I have to snatch her back. We had a wonderful relationship.
My goodness, even complaining of things on your wedding day, it's absolutely absurd. What's going on? Nothing. Nothing is going.
It's time for you to get dressed.
Hey, I'll tell you something. You're much more beautiful than you were when you were 17.
I love you, and the liar.
Palmer Cortlandt met his match when the powerful Adam Chandler, played by David Canary, moved to Pine Valley. I was told that when you were cast as Adam, you didn't know that you were going to play your own twin brother.
That's right. They suckered me into this contract, and I couldn't have been happier. I didn't find out for several days, but then from that point on, I was delighted there were going to be two characters, although I had no idea who they were. My model for Stuart is my son, and my son was born only 5 days before I started on this show. I can imagine myself seeing the world through Christopher's eyes when he was very, very young, and seeing everything brand new, and not judging anything.
David, what do you feel was Stuart's finest moment on the show?
Well, that would have to be, I think, his love affair with Cindy. They ultimately got married. This woman fell in love with him for what he was, for his honesty, and the things that he was, and didn't worry about the things that he wasn't.
Stuart, I want you to break it off with Cindy. Why? I love her. I know I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but Cindy knows that. She likes me just the way I am. She has AIDS. It's a dangerous disease, and you don't get AIDS from being with a friend. I can be with her, I can hug her, I can even kiss her if I want to. It's not that simple, Stuart. People who are in love don't always stop at kissing. What do you think I am? We're not married. I respect Cindy. I would never do that unless we were married. Stuart, people can't always rely on self-control. It's just too big a chance to take. She's gone, ain't she? She was sitting here holding her hand like this. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Here's another celebrity snapshot.
I just called to say I need you.
And when you called me, I made sure I was here.
I just called to say I love you.
I'm sure they'll mean it from the bottom of their pockets.
Coming up, a surprise visit from Oprah Winfrey.
Will you guys wait for me? Never wait.
It's mocha.
Look, girls, we're about to celebrate
a moment.
Oh, I really want to. I can't. I have to fit into my bathing suit.
You're not having any?
No.
I know I'm not doing this.
No, I'm serious.
Fat on her. She's worried about 60 calories.
60 calories? You guys knew there were 60 calories in here and you didn't tell me? What else haven't you guys told me?
A week of scout camp. How hard could it be?
Yeah.
I'm your new troop leader. We're going to chop wood and dig a ditch from here to there. Any questions?
Bet you can't eat just one.
Kid, I once went an entire week without breathing.
New Wavy Lay's Hidden Valley Ranch flavor. Bet you can't eat just one.
Keeper!
Hidden Valley's a special ranch. Wavy Lay's are special potato chips.
We're the scrubbing bubbles.
In the new trigger sprayer.
Oh, yeah, he's our new trigger sprayer.
There's only one trigger that gives you scrubbing bubbles. Dow's new trigger sprayer. It has us foaming and clinging instead of running like other triggers, easily removing dirt and soap scum. Dow Bathroom Cleaner's new trigger sprayer. The only trigger with scrubbing bubbles.
We work hard so you don't have to.
The critics agree. General Hospital is soaring like no soap in memory. Humor and style triumph.
All of the bests of 1994 can be summed up in 2 words, General Hospital.
All right!
Find out why everyone is raving about General Hospital.
All My Children's 25th anniversary special will continue in a moment.
Primetime now on Wednesday. The world knew her as the teacher who seduced the 15-year-old who killed her husband. Now, for the first time, Pam Smart tells her story.
Did you plan the murder of your husband?
Primetime now on Wednesday.
Perkins Family Restaurant introduces an offer with some real meat to it. Our 7-ounce choice sirloin and eggs served all day for just $4.99. Or the 9-ounce choice New York strip and eggs for only $6.99. If the place you're going doesn't have prices like these, you're getting burned. Perkins, breakfast, dinner, and everything in between.
It's Erie's biggest day. Action News live from Harrisburg for the historical moment when Tom Ridge becomes Pennsylvania's governor. Veteran anchors Cindy Patton and Sean Lafferty host Erie's most extensive live coverage beginning Monday, January 16th on JET TV Action News at 6 and 11. Live coverage continues Tuesday morning at 11:30 for the inaugural ceremony and parade.
Then Sean and I host a 1-hour special Tuesday night at 10.
Live from the inaugural ball, sponsored by PNC Bank.
The Super 7 Lottery, now on Saturday nights on TV 24.
Tad Martin, adopted son of Joe and Ruth Martin, was a troublemaker and a heartbreaker from the moment he hit town. And here he is in the flesh, Tad the Cad Michael E. Knight. One of the wildest storylines I remember on All My Children was the triangle between you and Liza and Marion.
For me personally, I'd sort of just started on the show. You know, for a guy who was a real wallflower, going through high school and college, it was a real trip. There's a lot of jumping in and out of bed.
You love it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll tell you something, Liza Colby. Someday I'm going to get tired of taking orders.
Oh, yeah? Just be my slave.
Sex!
No!
Sex! May I give you a compliment?
I'm extremely receptive to compliments.
Well, I thought I'd been around, but that was a completely new experience.
Dad, I'm not too old to, get embarrassed.
So, I'm learning to be a really good lover? Is that it?
Liza Colby, next to you, no one even compares.
You are the most disgusting excuse for a human being. How do you live with yourself?
Okay, Liza, if you're going to start beating on me about that older woman stuff, you can just phone it in.
No, not an older woman. Not any older woman. My mother.
Through the years, the folks of Pine Valley have had to face the same social conflicts that plague the rest of America. Sexual harassment, domestic abuse, date rape, racism, and drunk driving were real-life problems here long before they were the daily diet of talk shows and TV movies. All My Children gives us flesh and blood people we care about. The stories are personal and powerful. And I will never forget how I felt when Brooke found out that a drunk driver had killed her daughter, Laura.
Tom, what's the matter?
It's Laura. Brooke, she's been hit by a car.
Oh, my God. Well, how is she? I mean, she's okay, isn't she?
The head injury was too severe.
No.
She died almost immediately.
No. 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 I won't believe it.
They have her hooked up to a respirator.
Then she's not dead. Then you're wrong. Then she's alive. So then we have to get over there. We have to do whatever it is that we need to do to bring her back. She'll come back to us.
She will not come back to us.
Don't say that! Don't say that! Don't say that! They can bring her back to us. I'll talk to them. I'll talk to her. They say that if you just keep talking
Brooke,
to them...
she's not in a coma. There's nothing. She's brain dead. Our Laura is gone.
Well, I don't understand. Why is she hooked up then? I mean, why is she attached to the machines? I mean, if she's gone, why is she...
Because they thought... Joe Martin asked us to consider the fact that Laura might help to save another child's life through a transplant. They're keeping her body alive until we can make that decision.
I will never forget that moment. Where did all of that come from?
Because I have a daughter who's 10 and a half. What I've always said, it sounds strange, but I said they were extremely difficult and very easy to reach at the same time. But it was very difficult emotionally, I think, for everybody. Most of the people involved in that storyline have children, so it affected all of us. Not that you take it home with you, but it definitely, you know, we carried it around for a little while.
Another important issue that was tackled head-on was drug abuse.
Ellen, what are you doing in New York?
Finding out about you, Mark.
What?
Don't play innocent with me. I know all about your coke habit.
You're hot, man. And I don't want any trouble. Why'd you come back?
I need some more crack, man.
Okay.
I'll never touch this stuff again.
Oh, nothing has stopped you so far, has it?
Don't go looking for problems that don't even exist.
Oh, get out!
She won't believe me. She won't even listen to me.
Mark, she thinks you're hooked. She's not going to listen to anything that you say.
I'm not an addict.
I'm not sitting here with the DTs. I like a lift every now and then. I don't have any tracks up my arm.
Okay, but you are sitting here with a broken hand and a wife who won't talk to you. Now, Mark, if you're not an addict, you sure got your share of problems.
Mark, it's okay. It's all right. Mark, it's all out in the open now. It's okay. All the lies, all the deception, it's out. And now we can start dealing with it.
Mark, listen to me. Now listen to me. Listen to me. You have taken the first step. The first step, Mark. Look around you. You're not alone.
No.
These people are just like you. And look, they're fighting. They're fighting to get over it, to make their lives better. They're not giving up, Mark. And we won't let you either. Do you understand? We love you too much for that. We do.
Excuse me, but aren't you Pamela Kingsley?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I saw you playing the other night. You were wonderful.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice to hear.
By the way, I'm Oprah Winfrey from Baltimore, just visiting.
Stay tuned for some classic bloopers and Carol's romantic fantasy.
Will you guys wait for me? You never wait.
It's a mocha.
Look, girls. We're about to celebrate
A moment.
Oh, I really want to. I can't. I have to fit into my bathing suit.
You're not having any?
No.
I know I'm not doing this.
No, I'm serious.
Fat on her. She's worried about 60 calories.
60 calories? You guys knew there were 60 calories in here and you didn't tell me?
Celebrate the moment.
What else haven't you guys told me?
Pillsbury's got more cinnamon and more creamy caramel. Gooey, gooey sweet rolls. Just taste them, you can tell.
Now Pillsbury Sweet Rolls have more of everything you love, so you can have a...
People, they climb in with cold feet, then sing.
Oh, I hear you, but I got men leaving toothpaste all over me.
And then they use soft scrub. I mean, it cleans up one mess, but can leave another.
Oh, gritty residue.
Takes so long to rinse away.
They gotta try new Dow Smart Scrub. Smart Scrub has 100% water-soluble baking soda, so it cleans as well without the gritty residue.
Smart.
Dow Smart Scrub Cleanser with baking soda.
Smart enough to clean up after itself.
Mom, where's dinner? Mom, I'm hungry. Hey, Mom, when do we eat?
It's hard for kids to understand that you don't have all day to fix dinner.
I'm starving.
But that doesn't mean you can't whip up a meal that seems like you had all day.
Thanks, Mom.
Very funny.
Beef, it's what's for dinner.
That must be my new friends I invited over for cookies.
Now America's favorite ready-to-bake cookies are filled with America's favorite chocolate candy. New Pillsbury cookies with M&M's mini baking bits.
Invite us over sometime. Woohoo!
Of all the gifts you can give a child, nothing gives more than a little of your time.
My special friend taught me all kinds of things.
Sometimes all it takes is one person to forever change the life of a child in need.
A lot of kids out there need a person who they can look up to.
You could be that person.
When you know someone needs you, you feel much better.
So look around, make some calls. But please find a way to connect with a kid who needs you. It's time to put children first.
Next, Jessica Tandy in the role that won her the Oscar.
It was the car's fault.
With Morgan Freeman and Dan Aykroyd, the Academy Award-winning Driving Miss Daisy next.
Wrong man.
Right woman.
Naughty.
Nice.
I think I'm in for the ride of my life.
Uptown girl.
Downtown guy.
Temptress.
Innocent lamb.
It's delicious.
See why opposites attract.
One life to live.
Here on ABC Daytime.
Life in Pine Valley comes to us an hour a day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. To date, more than 6,400 episodes. Now, when you're moving that fast, you can't help but make a few mistakes now and then, and sometimes, of course, they're real gems.
You know, come to think of it, it's back to Spring Valley time right now.
Spring Valley?
Where do we live?
Where do we live?
Remember that old saying? She's I'm sorry, I don't remember the old saying.
I mean, what's the matter? Couldn't you two find anything else to occupy your time?
Look, we didn't go up there looking for closets.
Well, why look for closets when you can look for skeletons?
You low-life, scavenging, parasitical scum. That's it. That's all I have to say.
That says it.
Cut! Cut and strike.
Well, first of all, about the wedding. Now, the reason I have been reluctant to discuss it at the... I don't believe this. Must be the flowers ringing. There's no phone. For you.
Come in. Warden? You need a new doorknob.
We have a sense of humor.
Oh, gosh.
I think that's very important. And so does everyone in the show. So, and maybe it's because then we don't take ourselves quite too seriously, you know, because doing 260 episodes a year, you have to be able to laugh. As sad as things are at times, there's still the humor. And
well, that's life.
That's life. It's really life, and it's what keeps us going. I mean, love makes the world go round, but love without humor is pretty bad.
All My Children is about love, family, friends, faith, hope, despair, life, death, and your long-lost daughter. And oh, yeah, it's also about good-looking people with great hair, big earrings, and a lot of lip gloss, which, of course, can often lead to romance.
Tonight, the role of Erica Kane will be played by Carol Burnett.
Welcome to my fantasy.
Did you know that morning is the ideal time to analyze a relationship?
Since when?
Since nights like this don't come along twice in a lifetime.
Want to bet?
This whole evening is enchanting. You, the cognac, the music. What more could I ask for?
If you think real hard, I'll bet you could come up with something.
There is one thing I want to be sure of.
What?
Your happiness.
Jackson. So do I.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the glamorama. I'm just talking about in town, in general. I'm sure that I would remember somebody as attractive as you are.
Maybe you're just prone to amnesia.
Mrs. Horton, take your ass home, please. There's no citation this time. But the next time your ass ties up by traffic, you're going to hear a different tune. You understand?
Am I really going out?
No, you're coming with me.
But they took the squad car.
See the moped? That's mine.
We'll be right back with some tender Pine Valley memories.
A week of scout camp. How hard could it be?
Yeah.
I'm your new troop leader. We're going to chop wood and dig a ditch from here to there. Any questions?
Bet you can't eat just one.
Kid, I once went an entire week without breathing.
New Wavy Lay's Hidden Valley Ranch flavor. Bet you can't eat just one.
Keeper!
Hidden Valley's a special ranch. Wavy Lay's are special potato chips.
Centrum? I just feel better knowing I'm taking it.
Centrum's complete. Every time a vitamin makes news, I check my Centrum label, and Centrum's got it.
It's Centrum's commitment to ongoing research that ensures you always get the best nutritional support. A more advanced multivitamin. Centrum, always more complete than any leading brand.
The Centrum people thought of everything.
Like they say, from A to zinc.
Centrum makes a science of being more complete.
Is
she calling my douche outdated?
Face it, it's an antique.
We told you.
Massengill just came out with a brand new cleansing design.
So?
Oh, they did a whole new thing with the nozzle.
It cleanses differently. It's gentler.
I used it after my period.
That's the test.
And?
Massengill's new design washes you so clean.
You feel a lot fresher.
Fresher? I love it already.
What do you suppose the guys are talking about right now?
Oh, nothing personal, I'm sure.
New Massengill, because it's your body. That's why.
Here's to 25 more great years. All My Children. It's more than a storyline. It's a legacy.
The All My Children 25th Anniversary Special brought to you by Massengill, trusted by more women than any other brand. And Centrum Multivitamins, more complete than any leading brand from A to Zinc.
When Agnes Nixon created All My Children back in 1969, she wrote a few words describing the world we were about to enter. And they go like this: the great and the least, the weak and the strong, in joy and sorrow, in hope and fear, in tragedy and in triumph, you are all my children. For me and millions like me, all of these children have been a second family and Pine Valley a second home for 25 years. And as sure as Joe Martin's handshake, I can see it going for another 25. But right now, I can't wait to see how Erica's gonna handle this marriage to Dimitri. And I'm wondering what in the world is in store for Julia and Noah. And what about Verla and Rex? Well, I guess we'll just have to tune in tomorrow and find out. Until then.
I've always liked Pine Valley in September.
Same time next year.
Why, PC? What a nice idea. I accept.
Time to say goodbye. Thank you all so very much.
Lord, you know that I wouldn't run away if we didn't have to. Just guide us on our journey and help us to be strong, okay? I love you so much.
Come here.
We're friends for life, right?
Oh, and you know that?
And no matter what, we'll always be there for each other. Deal?
Deal. What's this?
Deal?
Deal.
Oh, my dear, I love you as if you were my own son. And to your beautiful bride, Maria, long life and happiness.
3 generations of Kane women. Isn't that remarkable?
Yes, isn't it?
Bye, Keith.
Good night.
Travel provided by Continental. Across the Atlantic, the Pacific, and throughout the Americas. Continental. It's more airline for your money.
Carol Burnett. I understand that you do a great imitation of Erica Kane. But what you didn't know is that my dream has always to be to play you. So here goes.
Watched by more people than any other network. ABC.